Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. As you already know, I am George Onibe. And of course, with every degree of certainty, reaching out to you across the globe. But I'm here in Nigeria. But I believe this video will get to every human being. Once again, we are here. We are not content creator and we are not entertainer. We are neither bloggers nor people seeking for validation, not to deceive you, and certainly will not massage your ego. We just want to be real. And so if my videos come across you, ignore me, illiterate like me, poor man like me, inside uncompleted building. Avoid the larger picture, very dark man, very black man like me. Do not adjust your camera screen because it's my darkness that will even demean the color system. But try to find out what I'm pointing out to you. We don't need to go to hell. We have been there and we came back with the fire. Don't think of destroying us because we will rise. And let's just leave that and see what I have for us this morning. A topic I simply titled 3 Major Reasons Why Nigeria could not or will not or has not been able to solve her, number 1, leadership problem. Number 2, economical problem. Number 3, administrative problem. You see these 3, they are irreplaceable, but yet they are different. And any nation that gets it right, some say the sky is their limit, but I will say the sky is the beginning, not our limit. But we have come in a position where most people will want to cajole us, distract us, do what they want. So you in Nigeria will not know the truth. You, a black man, will not perceive the truth. I'm supposed to be doing TikTok, fine boy, fine girl. I'm supposed to be entertaining you. Who does that? Not people like us. You see, I use and I begin to pray for a time where Nigeria will not try to build a tourist center, but with the unity in diversity, make Nigeria a tourist destination because of what we can offer. Dubai is a tourist destination, but whatever amusement they have to offer, it's something they create. They create. But we came with the creation itself as Nigerians. But when you are asking for tourist sites, they will say, oh, go to Lekki Peninsula. Oh, go to Budu Branch. Oh, go to this cattle ranch. Oh, go to this place. We are trying to create what we already are. I was just thinking, what if Nigerians wake up one day and say we're going to have cultural festival? Today, Delta State will host us. Every ethnic group in Nigeria, less held there. All road lead to Delta State. Imagine. And then you will begin to see what you have not heard or known about Nigeria. You begin to see under the period of registration that 250 ethnic groups recognized officially in Nigeria is a scam. Because you now begin to hear people who say, I come from a tribe known as Kankunka. And I'm sure you've not heard of it. And then another tribe comes from Akuku. I'm sure you've not heard about it, but we have all been consumed by scam. And let's leave that aside. And then when we array ourselves on that pavilion, they will now say, oh, you the Akunka tribe, let's see what makes you unique. You will see the real wonder of this new generational world is not yet recorded in the Guinness Book of Records. You will beat your imagination. And imagine if within the context of one Nigeria, we still have a lot of resources yet on tap, a lot of wisdom yet visited. You will see. We don't need to say we are tourist destination. But each time we want to carry out such celebration, the whole world will focus on Nigeria. Believe me, we've gone to different parts. And most of you Nigerians will not know that there are a lot of communities in Nigeria that are still walking naked on the street. I'm sure maybe the government of the day, Tinubu don't know, Akpabio don't know. Most of your governors don't know. Because the time I discovered a community in Nigeria where they are still walking nakedly and carrying out certain cultures that are beyond my imagination, I would not have believed if anybody told me it's possible. I said it in one of my videos that in the early 90s, we visited Adamawa State, a place known as Mobile Hill. Of course, as a reverend and a missionary, we discover community where people are still walking naked on the street. Right there in Bayelsa, I visited an island in Bayelsa, just in the early 2000s. And believe me, when I come to the River Rhine, the water side of that island, mature women, adult, all of them were naked. And my friend that comes from that community say, don't mock them, don't look at them, ignore you didn't notice them. I saw breasts. I saw human private parts. It was nothing to them. Nobody was thinking immorality. In Bayelsa. But then, somewhere along the line, they will cut themselves off. There are communities in India, for instance, black community in Indians, where they don't welcome stranger. Somewhere you will say they are weird. Each time stranger go close to them, they will begin to die. That is why the world or Indian as a country allow them to be. It still exists tomorrow. They don't take your pharmaceutical product. They are not interested in your TV. They just like the island they have found themselves. And so for over 1,000 years, as far as you can date back civilization, this very black community right there in India, they called them isolation. You can't go there. It's like Bermuda Triangle. People made effort. But because of their greedy intention, you will never know what those people know. And they are still there. And so I'm thinking about one day, we say we are having Nigerian National Cultural Festival. Do you know what? When we showcase what will happen that day, Nigeria will become a tourist destination. But if we say, let's come up with such idea, one ethnic group will hijack it. And you know, no ethnic group will want to hijack it to boost their popularity more than Wazobia. Because somewhere along the line, there is a conflict that has not been resolved. They never talked about it until we came. They don't see it as an issue. But believe me, having walked the length and breadth of this nation, I know it's an issue. Because if you say the first tourist destination is Anambra State, you will begin to hear buffoons, Igbo Biafra, oh, Igbo Amaka, oh, it looks as if Igbo affair. If you say the next tourist destination is going to be Hausa, and then they will Islamize the whole process, you will think it is Hausa. And then when you give it to Yoruba, somewhere along the line, you are going to see protocol you are not ready for. But at the end, it becomes unhealthy for all of us. But let's assume, let us pretend there was no Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. There was no minority and majority. Nobody will be fighting for Biafra. Nobody will try to say they are the best species, the most intelligent. Nobody will be doing that because in the end, it's irrelevant. And then we gather in one state, maybe this year, and celebrate it. You begin to see people showcase what they can do that you don't know. And we begin, in the end, to see what we can do that the world does not know. Today, what they know that we don't know will never be known if we continue operating on this mentality. But if we know what we can do that the world does not know, you don't need to spend billions to make Nigeria a tourist destination. But most people don't know. But you're going to shy away with it, or you're going to destroy it with tribalism and religion. And now, we have looked long and short, and we know The salvation of Nigeria is not what Igbo man can do, what Hausa man can do, or what Yoruba man can do. The salvation of Nigeria is for us to come out and accept that, yes, we are Nigerians. On this very day, Isaac Adakaburu was born in Olobiri, Bayelsa State. Isaac Adakaburu was just a minority human activist. This is one truth they don't tell you, but they will tell you the truth. And Ijaw man was the first minority human advocate. Kansaruwa did the same thing, but he focused more on his Ogoni people. And maybe after Isaac Adakaburu, nobody has tried to be the activist of the minority. And maybe somewhere along the line, I will be the next minority human activist. How did they compensate him? How did they treat him? Igbo people sabotage him. Then they will tell you all Nigeria, somewhere along the line, he died mysteriously. I'm coming. And so let's assume in that instance, we now gather as Yoruba, as Igbos, as Hausa, as TV, as Fulani, as Nupe, as Gwari, as Igbo, as Anyoma, as Benin, as Esha, as Urobo, as Ishekiri, as Ibibio, as Anang, as Ogoja, as Obobura, as Tinapa. We gather whatever. And when we look at ourselves, we become mysterious to ourselves. But in the end, we are still the same one Nigeria. And everybody bring what they can offer to the table. It's going to be a lot of surprise. It's going to boost our morality of what we can do. But somewhere along the line, with what we are doing, we are not ready for the future we yearn for. That dream of a nation we yearn for, we are not ready for it. And so what do? We relax. We now back up and blame the politician. Tinubu is evil. Nupeng is jumping up and down, shut down Dangote refinery. Because they know, come on, Nigeria, we say it's good. Dangote want to hijack us. Oh, particularly people will support Nupeng to destroy Dangote. I'm not sure you are getting it. Go to strike now, Nupeng. You people frustrated Abacha. You people, Nupeng, hear me now, let's get it clear. If a tanker trailer driver kill you, most of you are fighting Gragra. Let us kill Dangote trailer. Let us, thank God it's Dangote trailer. If even Nigerian police or army go and touch Nupeng, I don't know where they get that power from. They will come up, boom, go to national strike. You will not see fuel. You people will blame the government of the day. Now, Nupeng is trying to tell Dangote, you cannot maltreat your workers. You must treat them as we treat our workers. And so they went on strike. We've not seen fuel for some time. That is just it. But what have Nupeng done? They are now Labour Party. And you don't know what is going on. If they want to hijack us, because I know the tribe that would say that. Nupeng is fighting to remain relevant. Very soon we shall know who runs Nupeng. If Nupeng trailer kill you, they are right. If policeman stop trailer, Nupeng is right. Because they have this switch to on it, pam, they seize the cutoff of energy supply. I'm talking about gas, diesel, petrol, kerosene, or aviation fuel. They will hold the country under their name. It looks like they are even more powerful than the president. In fact, more powerful than the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. And we pretend they are doing the job. Where they are doing the job. Where is our NPC filling station? We thought it was going to savage Nigeria. But let's leave all of them, let them continue. I'm talking about the 3 reasons, challenge Nigerian face that must be addressed. I said number 1 of them is leadership. Number 2 is administration. And number 3, okay, let's go on. If we were able to come up with a single structure to see what we can actually do as a people, to bring in what we can offer on the table, it becomes fun. Those of you who are in diaspora, You will see when you come to a country where there is no Nigeria, visible one, and you see a visible one, it's a thing of a joy. I once worked under a boss who is from Anambra State. And one day we were having conversation and he told me, I used to sell gold and diamond and I've traveled around the world. He said, the amazing thing is that I went to a community in America that was in the early 2000s. And the moment I entered the community, I noticed that everybody opened window and were peeping through the window. In the early 90s, he said he told his white friend with him, why are they looking at us? The white man told him that these people have not seen a black man face to face, except inside the television. And I'm sure most white people have not seen black man face to face, except inside television. And that is how weird the world can be. And then imagine the fun. My oga have to leave like somebody they have to hide till he did his business and left. Imagine he saw a Nigerian man there. He will feel at home. But these are dreams you can only imagine. It may never be possible if we go with this mentality. Somebody forwarded a video to me this morning and showed me a video of an Igbo man who was actually sending out a rhetorical question to Igbo people. He said, we have not heard about Yorubaphobia, neither have we heard about Hausaphobia. All we hear about is Igbophobia. And somewhere along the line, he as an Igbo man began to ask questions. Igbo people are the only one chasing their people out of their supposed region. There are many communities in Imo State and Anambra State now that Nnamdi Kanu unknown gunmen, all these Igbo Biafra have chased the indigenes out. Now, other tribes outside the southeast have to accommodate them. And they come to our community, they prosper because we don't discriminate them. They will tell you the truth when the time comes. We don't discriminate them. We accept them. We just allow them to be. But while they are right there in our community, they develop this arrogancy and insult us. And when we react, they begin to cry foul. Oh, they are marginalizing us. Oh, give us our Biafra, oh, our Igbo people. Oh, we were saving us. Oh, and you are Igbo man. You are dancing with them. I'm sorry for you when the time comes. You see what happened, Ojukwu, damn Ojukwu madness? It's a child's play. With the level of insult, the shenanigans they have demonstrated in a time like this, pray you don't get what you wish. Everywhere you have Igbo people. The truth is that if you come to any community, the only people that will have population more than Igbo people are the indigenous people. But yet they are doing well. But they're not satisfied. They are conspiring against the people. Everywhere. Their population problem, we are helping them to solve it. Because all the states in the 5 southeast is not enough to dig toilets and bathroom for Igbo people all over the world. If everybody was said to go back to your place, we are accommodating them. But how do they repay us? You are useless. You are envious. We will kill you. We will come for you. We will do this one. This is what you've been doing and we'll be watching you. But don't worry, you are not my concern. My concern in this broadcast is the next generation of Nigeria. And this Igbo man continued to say something. I was calm because I believe God has answered our prayer. Because my prayer is, God, open the eyes of the Igbo people so that they will know that this activity of Igbo Biafra is not taking them anywhere. And I calm. I've called on Igbo people constantly. Begin to call out the atrocity of your people, or else it becomes a way of life. And in recent time, I see some of them hypocritically pretending as if they are doing. And this man I'm talking about is one of them. And after he said everything he said, he now calmly said, but anyway, I am an Igbo man. Those of you who are harboring us, understand that we are here to develop your community. And for those of you who are Igbo, he now passed his message. And I responded, I wrote to that person in the inbox. I said, I love what this man said. But there is no difference between this man and Nnamdi Kanu. So coming out to tell us, Igbo are doing this, Igbo is bad because you are Igbo, so that we endorse you. My guy, all of you have just started. When we see the true Igbo people who are ready to see the truth and face the truth, we will talk about them. Then I told the person, so without Igbo now, our community will not be developed. No wonder they call them Undi developer. Your arrogancy and shenanigan. If you know the problem it has piled up for you in the future, by now you are supposed to be breaking that wall down. The man said everything he said, but you know, we reason anti-clockwise. That is our problem. The guy was trying to tell me, they are repenting. I told the guy, this guy speaking this thing is worse than Nnamdi Kanu. Because having condemned Igbo people, condemned the activities as we are saying it, he now moved on to talk down on every other ethnic group. I said, but you cannot pursue Igbo people. Because after all, we are here to develop your community, the developer. The same people who are destroying Ebonyi State. You know, they talk to me underground. There is a woman in Anambra, Oba to be precise, whose husband bought a land in a major land. About 7 of them. Oba people have collected the land from them. Some, they kidnap their husband. These people are buying the land every year. But they will talk to you about Ikure people. That is about Obidio Obienu village, Obidio Obienu community. You will buy land as a non-indigenous, even non-indigenous from Anambra, because the people they dealt with, all of them are Ebonyi people. And then idiot from Ebonyi will soon come and insult me. Now, I'm an Ebonyi, I ain't Chabondibo. Turn that way, go fire on her. I no go retrieve them until you get sense. And so the same man who is coming to develop my place is destroying fellow Igbo. Look at the hatred of Anambra people to Ebonyi people. Go on social media and see how Anambra people destroy Ebonyi people. And then you are Nyama. Oh, we are Igbo. That thing I won't put us. Because Anyoma people don't have foresight. We will wait for you in future so that you and your family will bear the brunt. Makeni wega febo eburi hu. Yanwadi henku wega febo eburi hu. We need the Ngoku and Ukowa who said we are Igbo. It cannot be questioned, which is a political statement like Chibuike Amechi. When it's done on all of you, your family will answer for it. Because people now have interior motive in everything we do. And let me use the privilege to digress and appeal to Senator Ned Nwoko and all the people behind Ned Nwoko. Before your fathers were born, we have been clamoring for Anyoma State. But it looks like maybe Tinubu would have given it to us in a time like this. You people compromise the whole process. That Ned Nwoko, using his position, we the people gave to him. The only thing he could do is, oh, Almighty Senate, I beg you in the name of our one Nigeria, give us Anyoma State. We applauded him. Hey! In the dying minute, boom, give it to Ndigbo. Just like the person I talking about Ndigbo. But we are not English people, so I don't blame you. Where I come from, my father can talk to me with one word. He conveys 100 ideas, and I know where he's going to. But you see English, they begin to give you figures of speech. Ozumoron, metaphor, and irony, and all those rubbish figures of speech. It suits them, because it enables them to manipulate, saying one thing and meaning another thing. I'm a literature student for your sake. And my teacher once told me, when I was leaving secondary school, he said, I know you very well, and I know you will go to places. But wherever you go, I need you to check everything they say about you, how it ends. This eventually will tell you who you really are. He said, for instance, somebody say, George, you know you're a very hardworking man, but he said, my guy, you are not hardworking. He just told you it's useless. It is opposite. And another person comes and says, George, you are a very sincere man. The moment they put but, you are not a sincere man. But if they say, George, you know you're a very hopeless man, but know that you are a very hopeful person. Oh, George, do you know that you are just another idiot, but know that you are not idiot. Watch every word that they say about you that end with but. And that is why I told you, and the guy who sent me that video, that Igbo man can yap for all I care. He ended it by saying, those of you hosting Igbo people, don't frustrate us because we are here to develop your place, the developer. And that is because after saying every bad about Igbo people, he ended it with but. Invariably, Igbo people are not bad people. Did I say they are bad people? But I can practically tell you that Igbo Biafra are worse than devil. Because of them, devil will be vindicated on the last day. But let's go to the topic so maybe you understand. And so today, we are dragging leadership problem, leadership problem, leadership problem. On every sector, leadership problem. Every sector, leadership problem. Who are the people that control the position of leadership in Nigeria? If you know them, you can solve the problem of leadership. And then it goes to administration. Every day, administration problem, administration problem, administrative problem, administration problem. You want to solve the problem. Who are the people that control the administration section of Nigeria, first of all? And then thirdly, you begin to hear financial problem, financial problem, financial problem. Who are the people that control Nigerian finance? That is what I just want you to know. Now, let us look at leadership. Leadership position, Hausa people control it. Whether I call it Hausa people or let's say they not control leadership role. Forget about Tinubu is there. Tinubu is just an unusual person. He came in a way they did not believe, and Tinubu was ready to upset the balance. And when he said Emilio Kon, they knew this man will go out of his way. And they may not retain that their position. And so today in Nigeria, if you don't have the endorsement of Hausa to get to that leadership, you are not going anywhere, even in your local government. Now let's look at it. They allow Tinubu, let him just go 8 years. Let's still watch him. They are guiding him. But let's hope Tinubu will be able to change that mindset. Today, the North and others have agreed to zone the politics of leadership to the South-South. They are now dragging Goodluck. They used him before. He spent South-South money. Later on, they abandoned him and brought Buhari. They are master or game changers. Today, they have zoned it. Oh, South-South people, yeah, South-South, Tiwempu, begin to be happy. Oh, we are going to presidency. No. Those of you who know Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, tell him not to come out. You see this dispensation, you see this particular government, Nigerian politics is going to change. This is a prophetic declaration, not telling you that God say, nature say. I didn't say God say, nature say. After Tinubu 8 years, Nigerian political arena will change. Don't worry. Fasten your seatbelt. Those of you who are there to do kill and divide, be killing and dividing, because very soon you will be the one that will be divided and will be killed. Be killing the people and dividing them. And so now they want to use Goodluck to catch South Mugu. Or yeah, continue. Some of you are falling for it. Oh, Goodluck, go. Goodluck, go. Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, let me tell you. They sympathize with you, not that they support you. Sympathizing with you does not mean they support you. Goodluck, carry the small respect and dignity you go. Enter house. What you have, if you people know how nature works, would have been enough for you and your generation and generation and generation yet unborn. If you like, have sense. If you don't like, come out. Oh, vote Goodluck. Me, I will vote against you. After all, who am I? But I will make people see the reason why you should not go there. And we love you. And we beg you, if this video go to you, don't subscribe to that PDP crime. They're looking for somebody that Nigerians have soft temperance for. If you go there and you come back, your life and history will be dented and you will never remain the same again. If it's about money, look at all these millionaires we have in Nigeria. Aside few section of them, none of them give birth to children richer than them. You can look at them. You hear this man, oh, Okokoko International Limited. When they die, their children use their wealth to smoke, take drug, drink champagne around the globe, sleep in best hotel and live cozy life. I'm not seeing any man mention any millionaire in Nigeria. Only very few. And people like Dangote and the rest of them who understand the concept and idea of family business. Watch all these people making noise. Boo, 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 boo. Omego, money in water. In fact, I have not seen any Igbo man who is a millionaire and he later died and his son become richer than him. I've not seen him. All those noise Ojukwu is making is his father's wealth. And so Ojukwu father would have been a failure. No, if you are Igbo man now, check all this, you all you millionaire. Where is Nnamdi Azikiwe children? His son is even running mad in Anambra. Nnamdi Azikiwe, your almighty Nnamdi Azikiwe, when I met his first son, I agree with Solomon that vanity upon vanity. Because God will forgive you, nature will not forgive you. That then show us the picture of Nnamdi Azikiwe. What of almighty Agu Yoronsi? It is Buhari that is feeding Agu Yoronsi first son. It could not get sense. Let me not digress further. We will be exposing them. We are waiting for Nnamdi Kanu to come out. But meanwhile, the North control the leadership position. And they know the game. They are not looking for who will better rule Nigeria. They are looking for who will do their bidding. And in a country like that, how can you progress? How can you develop? Let's come to administration. Yoruba people, for some time now, captured the administrative section. And that was because when the North and the East were dragging for power, Obafemi Awolowo will single-handedly educate the Yoruba people. That is why in most cases they say the most educated tribe in Nigeria is Yoruba. There was a reason and a yardstick why that word stands. During the era of Obafemi Awolowo, if he did not do anything we can see, I could say that he gave free education not just to the West, but even the Midwestern region. I went to primary school and secondary school on free education. It was at the close of my secondary school that era of free education ended. Those of you under Ambrose Ali and the rest of them, you know Awolowo was extending free education even to Midwestern region. After all, we were broken away from the Western region. He enlightened the people. No wonder the Yoruba people looked to be more reserved. They could manage themselves. The only society in Nigeria where Christian, Muslim, pagan, Hindus, Bandus, Jehudian, all of them live under one roof. And nobody is criticizing anybody. Nobody is fighting anybody. That is maturity. As a Christian, go and live with Muslim family in Hausa land. They will kill you for Allah. That is their mentality. Go to Igbo land and tell them that you are a Muslim. I'm sorry for you. Unknown government will chop you. You see the level of education and maturity we talk about. And so based on this number of people that were educated, Yoruba pushed their people into the system. Igbo people know this truth already because under Agu Yoronsi, they replaced all the tribes in Nigeria. That is why we hear the first chancellor of Lagos State University, Yoruba man. Igbo man. First chancellor of Ibadan University, Igbo man. First chancellor of University of Bende, Unibe, Igbo man. All the government parasitator, Igbo were there. When Yoruba came, they took over. Now, go and look at everything we have today under Tinubu. The leader of toilet in Nigeria, Yoruba man. Leader of motor park, Yoruba man. Everywhere, Yoruba man. Even when Hausa is in power, Hausa have no choice. Yoruba must be deputy. And so you see administratively, it's Yoruba that owns it. And then you come to finance, where the money comes in. Yes, it looks like the Igbo somewhere cannot lead. Igbo somewhere will always be second-hand fiddle when it comes to the idea and concept of Wazobia. But unknowingly or maybe knowingly by the entire Nigeria. Igbo people control Nigerian money. Those of you who are chartered accountants, you will not say the truth. Akintola Williams should have been able to review this. But when he say it, they will now say, oh, he's ethnic bias, he's ethnic bigotry. Oh, they will call him name. But they're watching, they know. But it's almost too late. But it can never be too late. Igbo people control Nigerian money. You see, each time they come to your village, each time they enter your community, each time you yab them that they are doing buying and selling, they have grabbed Nigerian currency. If Igbo people want to go on strike and say we will not sell anything today, many of your community will fall. You see that buying and selling, those people you call idiots, they know what they are doing. This is exactly what the Jewish people did in Germany. This is Israel today, what they did in Germany. They entered everywhere. They hijacked the market, the economic space of Germany. And so that the Germans could not get to work in their place. And people like Adolf Hitler, who have dreamed to become something useful in life, in their own place, were pushed away by Israel people, these Jewish people. And as a young man with a promising future, he was just an artist. But Israel people will not buy his product. And nobody will. And so in his own country, he began living like a fugitive. Adolf Hitler's mother died of common cholera, disease. No money, no job in his own country. And while he fell back behind and going to one gamble shop to another, he began to see fellow Germans suffering. These are things they don't tell you. They begin to talk about it as we have started talking about it. And then Adolf Hitler had the privilege to address Germans. We cannot let this continue to happen. That is what led to the Jewish genocide you hear about. But they don't tell you what led to it. Israel will say, oh, they kill us, they kill us. As Igbo people are shouting, they kill us. Now the same people, the same pattern. Adolf Hitler became brutal to them. And that is one event the world will never forget. But it's unfortunate Israel is turning to the same path. And that is why when Igbo people come, we are the richest, we are the this one, we are the this one. You hijack our economic space, we are looking at you. You will not understand. I go to the garage in Abo. The government of the day decided to build shopping mall. And because they did not allow Igbo people to run the shopping mall, they conspire and say they will not rent that shopping mall. Go and look at the shopping mall. Nobody has taken it till today. Does it mean that Igbo people now controls our town? No. Of course, yes. They control our town because they are holding the money that Nigeria have. There is no 1,000 naira that will go in circulation. It will enter the hand of 1 million Igbo people before it gets to the hand of any other Nigeria. Yes, Hausa will release it. Yoruba will document it. But Igbo will spend it. Because as they release it, they sell Maggi, they sell shop, they sell your traditional way, they sell everybody. They are importer and exporter. They are this one and this one. They are everywhere. And so when Nigeria is trying to boost economic, all they will do is through their organization and group. As I'm telling you, we need to form our own. Some people think they know sense. My brother, we are 50 years ahead of all of you. We don't know. You can never, even in 100 years, what we have seen and known and heard, you will never know it. You have a choice, but don't worry. We will pass this knowledge to the next generation, which we have started doing already. And so, if peradventure, nature say, we will not see the end of it, and so be it. But what we will do, our actions on these days, it will echo into eternity, and it will last beyond the pyramids of Egypt. Believe me. And so they will go back and talk to all this group in diaspora. They have Igbo Union in diaspora. Now, what are they unioning? I say, from today, let's not send our money to Nigeria again. They cut off dollar inflow into Nigeria. And so the only people who will be sending dollars that will make our currency appreciate will be maybe some Benin people and maybe some Yoruba people. Hausa don't travel much. And so they cut off the dollar supply. And somewhere along the line, maybe the economic of the day is benefiting some of them. Igbo Union in Diaspora will now send. Don't you see what they want to do to Dabri, Abike? And you think this organized crime will go on watch? And so when you come to the economic gate, you have the BIA. When you get to the administrative gate, you have the WA. And when you get to the power corridor, you have the ZO. And three of them cannot align. It must be them. It must be them. They control Nigerian currency till tomorrow morning, whether you know it or not. Because with these little things they are doing, they control at least 60% of all the currency, if not 80% of all the currency in circulation in your community, virtual by buying and selling. But I'm sure you didn't see it. And so not until these angles are addressed, a time where nobody have monopoly over the market, a time where nobody have monopoly over who rules us, a time where nobody have monopoly over those who control the administrative sector. We're going to be here for a very long time. And may God not allow us to labor in vain. And so my fellow Nigerians, what I just said may not, you may not like it, especially when you are Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. But certainly, as you people feed on our misery, we, the minority, we don't like it. The first person to register their displeasure about how Nigeria is run is from minority. Forget about that of Isaac Adakaburu is a well-known history. He was born on this very day. There have been the issue of Southern Cameroon. And of course, Atiku Abubakar would not have been in Nigeria except the same issue have occurred. And for a very long time, we've tried to make you see, create a fair playing ground for every Nigerians to showcase their cultural heritage, to allow their value system to prevail, and to make them a genuine stakeholder in our one Nigeria. And then all of us can bring what we can offer to the table. All this platform will not be attractive as it is, because at this time, we can have true representatives who are not there to do the bidding of their ethnic group, who are not interested in enriching their generation and lineage, but who are there to work for the progress and the overall interest of all the ethnic groups in Nigeria. And then we could humbly allocate some of these fronts to different sectors. Benin people have Juju very well. Don't toy with them. We can give them the capital of Juju or capital of art and culture. And I'm sure they are not killing you. Because if Benin people were using their Juju to kill anybody, Benson Idahusa, one of the greatest men of God known on the world, would not come from Benin. If Benin people were using their Juju to kill people, Christ Ehiakilome, a Benin man, will not be there today. But this is what they know. There is knowledge there you know nothing about. And nobody can compete with them in that aspect. It's not as if others don't have. Yoruba have. We have. But somewhere along the line, there is always the best of the best. Because they are the best of the best, give it to them. And then the Igbo has adapted that mindset of buying and selling. We can tell them, manage the economic hub, but not on the detriment of other ethnic groups, because that is exactly what they are doing. Yoruba, manage administration, but not on the detriment of other ethnic groups, because that is what they are doing. Hausa, manage the power sector, but not on the detriment of other ethnic groups, because that is what they have been doing. And then you will see a fair playing ground. I just can't imagine. I was talking to my Igbo friend yesterday, who knows the truth of everything. He said, my brother, I know what has gone wrong. And please don't generalize it. I said, no, I'm not generalizing. I'm still talking to you. We'll talk for a very long time. He knew my wife. He knew everything about me. And we don't have issue. I've saved his life many times. He has saved my life many times. But I don't need to call his name now. We talked at length yesterday. Imagine beautiful people like that. Have I come out here to condemn Uchuka for Mefo for once? He can choose to play the Igbo card. But I know he's a human being before he become Igbo. Before he knew he was an Igbo man, he knew where he come from, which is Abatete. Because when he was born, nobody was Igbo in Nigeria, nobody was Yoruba. It was a side talk. It's like when somebody say, I'm Ikure man. There was a time nobody is Ikure man. It's like when I say, oh, I'm a Nyoma man. There was a time nobody is a Nyoma man. But you see, when you look back, there was a time somebody is an Abo man. There was a time somebody is a Henoha man. There was a time somebody is Mbituru man, Amandoba man, Nempe man, and so on and so forth. There was a time somebody is a Nupe man, a Gwari man, a TV man, a Kanuri man. Yes, there was a time somebody was a Gala man, a Doma man, a Shekiri man, a Urobo man. There was a time. But what will become tomorrow is entirely left for us. And if these changes are inevitable, let's be careful what we are changing into. And so, fellow Nigerians, these are the areas we need to begin to address this issue. Don't be emotional. Don't be sentimental. Don't wait for the people's approval. Because there are people you call your leader today on social media. They are entertaining you. They are content creators. Yes, we confront the Nigerian police. Yes, we are the voice of Nigeria. All of them are criminal and they are Wukwanyushi. They will boss you to the corner of who paid the highest bidder. You think we don't know the game? If I pick a particular people and I hamper them, they will yield. But it's not about the money. Because where I come from, we use money. Money don't use us. Kwademe ijelu, kwademe ijelu. Isha wakwole yo ne mwakole yo, ebijeko ijelu. Isha wakwole yo ne mwakole yo, ebijeko ijelu. That's to my Igbo people anyway. And this having been said, I go to the comment section, receive my insult, and tell those of you who are working Purukere, there is an eye that is looking Purukere. We are watching all of you, and we are not going anywhere. I see different Blackie here. They say, good morning, George Onyibe. I greet you, different Blackie. Good morning from here. I see Osas. He say, bro, ignore them. They are ignorant. I understand, Osas. And then I see my brother Odoguata, the Galama in Delta State. My Anyoma brother. I think they are the only three persons that has commented so far. And Igbo Biafra people, they want to run away from insult. Come and insult. The only thing you do, they will tell Igbo, don't listen to that guy, don't listen to that guy. But our job is majorly meant to save the next generation of Igbo. Where is Oliver? Chief Oliver? He didn't come to insult me again at all. Let him come and insult me. See you on my next broadcast. I remain George Onyibe, and I say to all Nigerians across the globe, I am proudly a Nigerian man, whether it favors me or it didn't favor me. In this time and era, I was born in Nigeria, grown up in Nigeria, lived in Nigeria, and believe me, I will die in Nigeria. Inevitable. One day, the time will come. But before our time is up, have a nice day.